Hi, it's Anita here, and I am so excited to be interviewing someone very special. Her name is Lacey Moore, and she is with Summit Funding. And the reason why is because last year, if you have followed me on the Yellow Bike campaign, you know that every single transaction that I did, I purchased a yellow bike, but also there were people who donated yellow bikes as well for the whole entire giveaway and donation at the end of the year. Well, Lacey wanted to donate her yellow bike, and what I've done is expanded the Yellow Bike campaign this year to include small businesses that want to be a part of the campaign. And Lacey is going to kick it off. So let's go in and meet Lacey and see a little bit about her business. Come on. Lacey! Hi! How are you? Good. All right, so I have Lacey here. Lacey actually did one of my last deals of the year last year. And so I've been so impressed with Lacey. Her office is amazing. She has great staff. And so I wanted to spotlight her. You're with Summit Funding in Lee Summit.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about your business.
Awesome. So I have been a mortgage lender in Lee Summit actually now. This is my 22nd year. So been around for a while, really just passionate about not just doing loans, but actually helping people understand how you can grow wealth through real estate. And so through all different ways and avenues of doing that, but I care just so much about a client and then teaching them how to do that versus just being a transaction.
So when you're talking about building wealth, I love that concept. I love that part of your business. So building wealth, there are multiple ways that you can build wealth in real estate.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that I like about the option of building wealth is obviously you purchase a home and you're going to build equity over time. Yep. That's one way. There's multiple other ways though, like buying a duplex or buying a quadruplex, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that and maybe the loan process.
Yeah, that's fun that you brought that up because we just saw crazy changes in the industry with buying a multi-unit, so either a duplex or a 3 or 4 unit. You can't buy more than 4 units. But it used to be that if you were buying that, you had to put a lot more money down. And now if you're going to own or occupy one of the spaces, the minimum down is only 5%.
5%?
Yes. So I have all these people wanting to become investors, but they live in the property. So when you purchase it as your primary residence, it's your intent that you're going to live in it at least 12 months. I can tell you stories and stories of people I've worked with over the years who have bought a duplex, lived in one side, let the rent coming in from the other side help subsidize that payment, and then eventually they move out, leave it, and then they buy another one, right? And then that's how they accumulated tons of REO is what we call it, but real estate owned properties, and have been able to accumulate a lot of wealth doing it that way. But it used to be that you had to put a lot more money down, and so they just changed that at the end of this last year to only 5% down. So it's creating a lot of buzz right now. It's really exciting because it allows people, a lot more people, because there's so much wealth that you can accumulate in real estate, but being able to get into a unit and have other people help make those payments and subsidize it makes it a lot easier. Mm-hmm. And we can use the rent that's received on the other units to offset the payment, which helps that debt to income ratio. So
okay,
it's
so
pretty slick.
The debt to income ratio, so explain how that from a lender's standpoint, if somebody were to want to purchase, say a duplex or a triplex, or what you mean by debt to income ratio when someone is actually using that to offset.
Yep, so debt to income just means how much debt you have in a monthly format on your credit report, plus the house in which you're wanting to buy. So that's the debt divided by your income. And we have to stay under a certain percentage in order to qualify. But what's cool about those properties is, let's say that we get, just to make it easy, $1,000 rent from the other side. Well, now that $1,000 goes towards that monthly payment and you only have to qualify for the remainder. So it helps offset. It's not like your income has to qualify for the full payment, because that rental income coming in from the other side of the duplex or the other 3 sides of the fourplex helps offset that. So it makes it a lot easier to qualify.
So what that means for you watching is you have the opportunity to create wealth in multiple different ways. Lacey is a great lender to help you get started on that. So what's the process of what somebody goes through when they're wanting to purchase a home?
Sure, so it's always smart to start with getting pre-approved, and the number one question is, when should I start? Like, I have people who say, I'm not looking for 6 months. I always say start now, and now is when that person's even beginning to talk about it. And the reason why is because there can be steps that need to be taken place before you can get get pre-approved. I don't want you to wait till you're actually ready to buy, and then we have to say, hey, I need you to do this or this beforehand. So even if you're just considering it, start with the pre-approval, and that allows us to look at everything, to set up an appointment to meet, go through all your options, tell you if there are any steps that are needed before then, but to get you on the best path. I'll have people who are totally approved, but let's say their score is a 740, and I can get them to a 760 or a 780, and it only takes me 20, 30 days. Well, if they come to me earlier, once they're ready, we're at that top tier, right, that they can do just by coming when they thought about it. So I always say don't wait, and that way you just have a plan. You just have some sort of a plan on what those next steps are in order to move forward.
So it sounds to me like you have a great system set in place. You've got several...
I'm pretty system driven, yes.
Yeah, you've got some great staff that are gonna help. I think it's kind of fun. You have been doing this business for 22 years, and that's how long I've been doing it. So if you are considering looking to buy a property and you're really wanting to delve into what are some options for you to build the wealth and to build equity and to even allow for someone else to help pay your mortgage payment, then give Lacey a call. And of course, I'm here to help you as well. So to buy or sell, call Anita Cordell here in Kansas City. Now, the reason also too in the introduction is I talked about the Yellow Bike campaign, and Lacey is kicking that off. She's kicking that off this year for me in 2024 for the Yellow Bike campaign. So as you can see in the background, the yellow bike that she is going to be donating to the Yellow Bike campaign. And so if you are a small business as well in Kansas City and you're looking to potentially come on board to the Yellow Bike campaign, you can either go to yellowbikecampaign.com or you can just give me a call and get in line to have an interview or whatever like this. So we love that. Lacey, how can people get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So we're online, and we're obviously in Lee Summit here, but people can call, they can email, we can even drop the information in the video. But most people, whenever they start, everybody's different. And what we're learning is some people want to text, some people want to email, some people want a phone call. We do it all. So our goal is to figure out the best communication for the person individually, and we'll communicate that way. We do love having people in just so we can go through everything in person if it's optional or if it's available. But we do a lot of loans for people all over. So Zoom and everything else with technology, we can do it all. But yeah, we just always try to meet the customer where they need and just start the conversation and try to figure out exactly what goals they're trying to accomplish.
So can they find you online? By Summit Funding?
SummitFunding.net.
.net?
Yep.
Okay.
Or my website is actually just my name. It's www.lacey.moores.com, and that's LACEYMOORES.com. But that links into everything, and you can see the whole team and our office.
Okay, we'll just go to laceymoores.com, right?
Absolutely. Would love to help.
Is there anything else about the lending process or anything about your business that you
and I talked the other day, and I wanted to bring this up too because this has been pretty prevalent here recently, is we've seen a lot of people who have a lot of equity in their homes right now. A lot. And they are either wanting to pull equity out to help consolidate debt or to buy another property. But we've also seen a lot of people, they want to use their mortgage to actually pay them. And we have reverse mortgages as well. And that's something that's really stinking cool that we could talk about.
So if you have any questions about reverse mortgage, some people don't quite understand it all because there's some misconceptions about it, right?
Bad.
It doesn't have to be scary, and so therefore, Lacey,
we'll walk everybody through it. But I was even scared of reverse mortgages for years because when they started, they had so much negativity around them, but it's not that way anymore. So.
Yeah, nice. Okay, well, thank you, Lacey, for the yellow bike, and certainly look in the descriptions below and hear more about Lacey and her team. They're amazing, and I look forward to working with you some more in the future.
Thank you.
See ya.